Hello everyone, my name is Carlie Hamilton and today I am showing you my written journal collection and talking a little bit about how I do my written journals. This here is my collection of books, and this one here's my latest one, which is just about finished. Um, these have been going, I've been doing written journals pretty much my whole entire life. I have got some other sort of written journals laying about somewhere in a box somewhere from my childhood and up. Also over the years, I've kept blogs and stuff. I had like a live journal. Those kind of things sort of counted as my written journals as well. But then again, I started up um, have been most prolific. Let me see, this is the first one here. Oop. And as you can see, it is this book here is September to November 2013. And basically this is, I started up writing again just before I got married. So I have pretty much been, this is my married life here, chronicling everything from there. So I'm going to talk a little bit about sort of the evolution of these written journals. Foremost and firstly, these things are super private. These sort of started off as a therapeutic way of getting things out, and they still very much are. In fact, they've evolved even more so into that. But they started off with the idea that I wanted to do some kind of written journal / art book kind of thing. And you can see here, this book here is just a cheap exercise book, composition notebook that I got from the Daiso. I quite like the Daiso books compared to the cheap composition books we get here in Australia, because those pages are super thin, whereas these books, these papers, they've got like a much thicker sort of page, so I quite like them a bit better. And as you can see, I've sort of decorated the cover. This panda picture here is the normal cover, and I've just stuck on some ribbons and some buttons down here, and I've also added, this is like a charm from a necklace, and it was a really cheap necklace. The chain for it broke. It broke many years ago, and I always just kept this sort of cheap charm thing, and I wanted to use it for something, so I finally used it for something on here. And I also just stuck down the dates, September to November 2013. I did Mod Podge the cover, so that's why it's a little bit sticky, and it's also like dirty looking. But anyway, so I started the 9th of September just doing some writing. I got married on the 13th of September. What did I say? The 11th of September. So as you can see, my idea of it was to do writing, but also I wanted to stick ephemera in. So I've got some writing paper from the hotel we stayed at for the wedding. What else have I got in here? Here's where we went to a rainforest retreat for a honeymoon. Movie world ticket stub. We went and saw a concert. So I stick in ephemera. Also wanted to do stick in stickers for feelings and stuff. What's this? Oh yeah, we went and saw some films. We ate. I like sticking business cards for places where we go. Then just to spruce up pages, I was adding in washi tape. These are tags for things that I've purchased. And then I really wanted to do art journaling, as I said. So I've got things here, which is a sort of week in the life, what I wore in a week. and I sort of managed to keep it up for a couple of days there. Stuck in like a piece of ribbon to mark the page. Let's see what this one is. Oh, this one is a calendar, so I did a calendar stamp, and I was counting down something. Oh, it's got here that I think these are the days where I ate well or something, exercised well. Bits of elastic there from something. These are some menu plans because I started doing like a light and easy, which is like a menu. They send out food to you. Some more sort of clothing tags, things like that, things that I've been doing. It's just random stickers. And then this one here is an actual sort of like scrapbook page. I used up old crappy scrapbooking stuff that I wouldn't use in a proper scrap book, but I'm okay using it in like a journal. So like I've got here scrap journal. So this one here says I felt like scrapbooking, but I don't want to scrapbook photos. Like I'm into journaling, so I want to be free with my craft. Scrapbooking always felt like it had to be perfect because they represented memories and they were for other people to look at. Whereas these books here are just for me, and I just want to have fun cutting and pasting. So it just does not matter if they look like shit. It's just all about having a bit of fun. So that's what that page is, and that was sort of like the intention at the end there. The intention for the next book was to be a bit more crafty and scrappy and free with it. So let's see how I did. Okay, so this is the next one here. Again, another Daiso book. Oh, by the way, that container that you saw them in, it's like a wicker container. That's just something really cheap from Kmart, and it sort of fit these books in perfectly, so it was a really good buy. And at the end here, I've changed from these Daiso books to other books. But I think once that container's filled up, I might try and get another one because they're good to for holding in. And here's a button on the bottom there, which is from the previous cover. Need to stick that back down. So yeah, this cover I just went messy with it. Some ribbon, some like paints and stuff like that. I started off with some medicine, so I mustn't have been feeling well when I started this book. Some like medicine receipts and boxes and stuff. Let's see, this book is much less bendy, so there's definitely lots of stuff stuck in. I've got, I got some old photos from when I was scrapbooking pages, and these are like leftover photos, so I've just stuck them in. This is some photos of some Japan stars. I don't know if any of you guys know Arashi. I was obsessed with them when I was probably 10 years ago now, and when I went to Japan I bought some like photos, so I haven't been doing anything with photos, so I thought what's better than to stick them in this book. Of course, lots of writing, stickers, and Christmas cards that I've gotten. Here's a Christmas page where I just used up some old scrapbooking paper and some old stickers that I haven't used. So again, business cards when we ate ramen, and the packet where the chopsticks come in. Another Christmas page, just using up old scrapbooking paper. Again, it's another Christmas page. More Christmassy pages. So yeah, I did quite a few like scrapbooky, using up old scrapbook papers. There's another one using an old photo that obviously didn't fit into my scrapbook. I really like that page, it's nice. I did some journaling down there. So you can see lots of stickers in this one as well. Trying to be a bit more artsy. This is when I decided I was going to start pulling a tarot card every week. just to see whether it relates to my week or not. And I liked it because it sort of gave me a prompt each week of sort of when I look at this card, what it meant to me for the week and things to think about for the week. So I haven't actually finished the packet of tarot cards. This is a packet that I've got so many packets. I didn't think I'd bother using it anymore, so I thought I'd just stick them into my journals. I should really get back to pulling tarot cards again for my spreads, for my journals. Oh, there's a receipt that's like completely faded. Another tarot card. So there you go, that's another book. So I did have a few scrapbooking spreads in that book. Let's see how it evolved in the next book. So this is the next book here, and it starts in January 2014. And by this time, I didn't really do any more scrapbooking pages like I did in the last one. I just found they were too time consuming, and this is when I started to get really therapeutic in my writing. So instead I would just have I'd make sure to put some stickers down every day sort of thing to lighten up the journal. And I still was doing the tarot cards every week. I think I was trying to do them every Sunday or so. This is where it sort of started evolving, where it's just going to be a written journal, not like an art journal. And I'm just going to get all my thoughts down. It ended about a month later in February, and this is when, like, the first book there was like 3 months, and this is where, because I'm doing so much more writing, these things I just started pumping them out like a month at a time. I'm skipping forward a few books now, and in this book, again, it's lots of writing, but I've got like these tabs in the side here, and they've all been numbered. And basically, I gave myself a challenge to, I think it was like to do 30 days of exercise. So every time I did exercise, I had all these tabs on my desk, and I would rip off the next tab, and I would stick it in my book to show, yeah, I went for another jog. So I'd show like when I exercised in this book. So you can see all the days that I exercised in this book. I'm still sticking in like ephemera and stuff. So when I get like business cards, or I go to the movies, or like I get some scrapbooking supplies, like I have a haul or something, I would stick in that kind of ephemera. But apart from that, it's mainly just a written journal by this stage. And I am going through these books super quickly. Because I was going through the books so quickly, I decided to change it up a bit. Also to, I guess, get a bit more, exciting to change and stuff. I saw this book here, super thick, and I really like the cover, and it says, Why I Like Cats More Than People. Which is kind of funny to me because I've got some cats and stuff. So I really liked this idea, and as you can see, it's really dirty and well loved now. But yeah, I decided to change books and go for this. This was on sale at a store called Typo here in Australia, and I started this one in September 2014. So it's a whole year since I started journaling. Let me just count these books. So those Daiso books, I had 9 books in total. 9 books in total. This guy here goes from September all the way to the start of March 2015. So this book here, this one book, lasted me a good 6 months. And I called it here my old school blog. I can't remember for the life of me. Someone made a joke on some TV show or something about what's a book? It's an old school blog. You know, what's a diary? It's an old school blog. So that's what this is. So yeah, here again, just writing my heart out. I do things like, you know, draw pictures sometimes. That was a diagram. I've got lots of business cards in here. By this time, I am still doing the, what are they called? Tarot cards, when I think of them. Also had like a photo in here I saw before. So that's when I got a printer for photos, and it was on the desk obviously at the time, so I printed out some photos. I would like to do that more often, but I usually have the printer put away, so I'm not going to go and get it out just for that. But for the most, like the majority of this book, I am just writing down stuff. And I have to say that I'm not just writing every day. If I miss days, it is no big deal at all. It doesn't matter to me. I just, you know, want to get down what I can get down. If I miss days, who cares? At the same time, sometimes if I do have time or something exciting happened, I might start off like with a catch-up. So if I'm writing, I might write about what happened, you know, the last 3 days that I didn't write about, and then catch up to today and write about today as well. So yeah, 6 months of that into this book, which brings me to this book here, which is the same, exact same book, different cover from Typo again. I shopped at the outlet store for Typo, and so this was what they had in stock there at the moment, well, when I bought it. So this cover doesn't really resonate with me as much as the cat's one does, but I like pink, so whatever. But yeah, it was just such a good book. This one is almost finished. I have another one, a completely different style, written notebook on the way. I bought it online, so I'll give a review of that, you know, once I've used it. But I've got to say that these books are fantastic. Actually, these books, let me just open it up to a page I've written on. As you can see, they've got this page lined, and then this page is actually blank. It's not lined, but because you can easily see through the page beforehand, the lines. I just go ahead and write on it to the lines from the page beforehand. So yeah, these are really good books. This one started in early March, and it is now the start of August. So this one's only taken me about 5 months to complete, or a little bit less than 5 months. I've got, you know, that much left. So I'll probably finish it mid-August, I'd say. So yeah, this one has flown by as well. So I've had a lot to write about in this one. Again, I'm sticking in, you know, tags and movie stubs, movie tickets, cards that I've received from people, old cards that don't use anymore. What's this here? So business cards of things I bought online. But apart from that, it's mainly just writing my heart out. And I just find that doing this every day almost just makes me, it's my therapy session basically. It allows me to get everything out. And it also, I love being able to read back and see where I was and what I was doing in certain days and things like that in the past, or if I need reminding of something. I really do love flicking through these and you know, reading through them again. So yeah, that's my sort of evolution of my written journal. I hope you've enjoyed this video and got something out of it. Thumbs up if you keep your own written journal, and let me know what you do in the comments below. So yeah, thanks so much for watching everyone, and I'll see you next time. Bye!